Silverwood is the premier theme park in the Pacific Northwest. Located in Athol, Idaho, this park is located just down the road from the Rocky Mountain Construction Factory, and the two have had a long and fruitful relationship, culminating with Stunt Pilot in 2021. This was the park's 7th roller coaster, joining 2 custom wood coasters and 2 relocated steel coasters. But this park has more to offer than just coasters. You also have a nice flat ride lineup blending old classics with modern thrillers, and you have plenty of water rides for those hot summer days, both on the dry side and at the attached Boulder Beach Water Park. So in this video, I will count down the top 15 rides at Silverwood Theme Park in Boulder Beach. I want to note that this list will only include mechanical rides and water slides. One notable attraction that will be excluded is the Magic Show. This should not be missed though. The magicians have excellent showmanship, and some of the tricks are simply mind-blowing to see. Number 15. Rumble Falls. This is a quartet of tube slides at Boulder Beach. 2 of them are enclosed, 1 is half enclosed, and 1 is fully open. Other than that, each slide feels nearly identical. Each has a turn or 2 that pushes you up the wall, but the overall experience is sort of mild and typical for the genre. Number 14. Corkscrew. This is the first modern coaster to invert riders. Relocated from Knott's Berry Farm, this classic arrow is definitely rough around the edges. The valleys are not the smoothest, and if you're on the smaller side, thankfully I'm not, you may hit your head on the directional changes. That being said, the first drop still offers a very abrupt and punchy pop of airtime, and the corkscrews are still decently disorienting. Number 13. Ferris Wheel. This is one of those old school Eli Bridge Ferris wheels. While Silverwood has taller rides, this one still offers a wonderful view of the adjacent roller coaster alley and the surrounding mountains. The one odd thing with this attraction is that this is one of the few Ferris wheels banning the use of standard cameras, unless you have a GoPro. Number 12. Roaring Creek Log Flume. This is an aero log flume that was relocated from Kentucky Kingdom, a fact that surprised me because the layout works so well here. It's a scenic course passing through the woods, over some ponds, and even through a cave. This setting is the ride's biggest strength. There's just 1 drop, and it is a shorter one on the milder side, but this ride can get you quite wet. There are 2 spots with powerful geysers aimed right at riders. One is exactly where you'd expect heading back to the station. The other one occurs with no warning midway through the ride. Number 11. Ricochet Rapids. This is the most popular slide at the water park. It's a family raft slide located on a wooded hill. Most of the course is a windy enclosed descent. The turns aren't too crazy, but the ride has considerable length to it. The standout feature occurs towards the start. You have a steep drop giving a little pop of airtime, and then you rock back and forth in a mini funnel getting a smidge of weightlessness. This section carries the ride. Number 10. Avalanche Mountain. This is a long family raft slide located on the same hill as the prior ride. The course is long and windy. No notable drops, but there are countless turns, and the rafts are really pushed up a large chunk of them. You climb some severely enough that I sort of felt my butt start to pop off the raft, leaving me cackling with delight. Number 9. Velocity Peak. This is easily the most extreme attraction at the water park. It's a trio of speed slides. The Triple Down is the least interesting of the 3. It's fast and smooth, but it's devoid of airtime or force. Another one has a giant drop where you'll sort of feel yourself lift off the slide at the start, which is always a thrill. Then you have a twisty enclosed one. This is the best of the 3. It has great speed and pacing. There are some wild turns, particularly a forceful helix towards the start. Number 8. Timber Terror. This Custom Coasters International Woody serves as a fun billboard for the park as it runs alongside the main road. This ride is a straightforward out and back layout. The first drop is good floater in the back rows. A few of the other hills have some weak negative Gs as well. The ride used to operate with buzz bars, which elevated the whole experience, but the coaster recently got more restrictive lap bars that dampened the fun and airtime. There was another notable change as of late as well. The turnaround and helix received steel track from RMC. This made these sections very smooth. While they still have some decent laterals, it was more intense with the all-wood track. I'll go into that more in its own review. Number 7. Thunder Canyon. This is a great River Rapids ride from Hopkins. The entire layout takes place in the woods, set back from the pathways, and is a soaker. There is a long series of rapids that'll get your lower half drenched. Then you also have a decent sized waterfall that'll hit a good chunk of the boat. This is just what the doctor ordered on a hot summer day. Number 6. The Steam Engine Train. This is one of the park's signature experiences. It is a 3.5-mile long train ride that's narrated to. You see snippets of the park, and then you go way out into the woods. It reminds me of the Hershen train rides. You pass actual bison and then some additional animal statues, some static and some with limited movement. Then you also stop midway through the attraction for a show scene. Which one you see depends on the time of day, so check the schedule in advance. In the past, I got to experience a robbery. In my recent trip, I saw the 2 tour guides fire guns at targets to comical effect. This is a cannot miss attraction at the park. Number 5. Aftershock. This is the lone remaining giant inverted boomerang in the United States. This one thankfully still runs the original Vekoma trains. While they are a tad confusing to load, the on-ride experience is quite enjoyable. The 2 vertical towers offer thrilling drops. You get nice floater airtime and a free fall sensation. This is followed by intense Gs that slam you downwards. Then you have 3 strong inversions. The vertical loop piles on the positives, particularly in reverse. Then the Cobra Roll has some quick snaps to it. This can cause some head banging, especially with the hard restraints, so I do recommend leaning forwards here for a more comfortable ride experience. But in general, this is a smoother and far better experience than your usual boomerang. Just make sure it's not raining and the temperature goes above 65 degrees. Otherwise, it is unlikely to operate. Number 4. Spin Cycle. This is a very imposing frisbee from SBF Visa. It's 10 stories tall, but it looks even taller than that. Most frisbees focus on positive and negative Gs, but this ride takes an entirely different approach. This one has a super slow and controlled rocking motion. While this designs out the airtime, you get some downright freaky hang time over the top. You hang out your seat for seconds at a time because of how slowly you invert. This is obviously great on the full revolutions, but is similarly as cool on the build-up swings stall out. Meanwhile, the gondola continues spinning, so you get some odd hang time in all directions. And this is all paired with some nice visuals at odd angles. I know this ride is not for everyone, but I absolutely love the hang time. Number 3. Panic Plunge. This is one of those incredible Larson ARM drop towers. Standing 14 stories tall, this attraction offers spectacular views of the park and nearby mountains, even more so than the Ferris wheel. Then you have an intense drop. You don't stop at the top, and you drop like a rock. You get a nice freefall sensation paired with floater airtime the whole way down. I don't know why other manufacturers cannot make a drop tower as forceful as this, but I absolutely love these rides. Number 2. Tremors. This is yet another CCI wood coaster. As I shared in my review, this one also got some steel track from RMC in recent years on the turns. While this did make the turns smooth as glass, it did take away some of the laterals just like with Timber Terror. That being said, you still get solid sustained laterals on the helix, and the later turnarounds will still press you to the side of the train. Then this coaster also has some nice airtime moments. The first drop has a really abrupt and strong ejector kink in the back. The speed hills around the tunnels offer lots of floater airtime, and a few other hills offer mild pops as well. While the middle section lets its foot off the gas slightly, I like the uniqueness of the layout with the tunnels, and it's a great night ride. And coming in number 1 is Stunt Pilot. This is the park's best steel coaster by far. This is an RMC Raptor with some key modifications from the base layout. This one has slightly more comfortable restraints and a slightly longer train for added capacity, and it is their smoothest single rail coaster yet. However, the profiling has been adjusted, which tones down a few elements. You still get fantastic ejector airtime on the first drop, S-hill, and drop midway through, but the airtime was designed out of the dive loop. The ride still has great pacing and the sense of speed is phenomenal, especially with the addition of some near-miss elements in the second half. See my review for more, but this is the best ride in the park to marathon, especially when you see the load times compared to the wood coasters. So those are the top 15 rides at Silverwood and Boulder Beach. The top rides are heavily weighted to the amusement side, but Boulder Beach has a nice collection of slides, and there appears to be a massive construction site adjacent to Riptide Racer, so something new may be on the way soon. What are your favorite rides and slides at Silverwood? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.